Hey everyone, this is Zane St.Juste, and I'm gonna make this photo black and white. I'm tagging it first, and then I'm gonna just straighten the horizon. I'm using rotation, flip. This is captured one, by the way. I love captured one. So I'm just, if you look at the background, I'm just where the horizon is. I'm looking at the sea and just making sure that it is balanced. Saw this lady at Silver Sands State Park in Milford, and just had this um, interesting look. She's on the move, taking a quick walk near the beach, and yeah, gotta get that horizon right. And I use this feature, enable black and white, to make it black and white. But there's still some things that I feel like it needs. So the easy part is just pressing that button or clicking that feature to make it black and white. But there's some other things you want to do to a black and white image just to really make it stand out. Obviously, the some contrast and some highlights. So I'm just trying to figure out right now how I want it framed. Um, I don't quite. I was just trying to put it into the idea of the rule of thirds, but it just wasn't working out. Sometimes you just gotta look at an image and feel it out. Does it feel pleasant to your eye? You know, um, and I like it like that. You see the leading lines, the pathway where she's walking. You see the other person behind her. So just gonna bring up the exposure just a little bit. Just play around. The greatest tool that we have is our eyes. And also looking at other uh, pictures. I love looking at the work of photographers from back in the black and white days of photography, the pioneers of street photography, and there's a lot you can learn from them. Love looking at the masters, and many of them are gone, but they their work still lives, and their tools. I often watch their interviews just to learn, just to hear from them, like what was their process, their stories. Sometimes just their life. Love to listen to interviews. I learn a lot and just gonna give this picture a little punch to it, bring up the clarity. Yeah, so right now I'm just feeling it out. they have this feature in Capture One called curves. So you have the 5 point. Um, so just kind of feeling it out. So when I'm messing around with that, if something don't look right, I just keep adjusting until I see something I like. So you can take curves and manually adjust, but there's also these um, presets that comes with Captured One. So you can just play around with that and keep adjusting until you see something you like. My eyes. You use your eyes. Use your body will tell you too. You'll feel it's right. You just have to keep adjusting. But you gotta know. I didn't always know how to use these tools. I didn't understand the language, but the more I spend time just listening to other editors, other photography editors, and I understand the language. You gotta understand it. It's like learning a new language, you know. So if you're not familiar with the language, when you look at those sliders and those tools in your editing software, you won't really know what it means. You'll see the words like highlights and shadows, and we've heard all those words before, but I didn't always know how it applied to photography. So I would look at those sliders and just didn't understand quite what it meant. I'm sharpening the image right now, and it really didn't need any sharpening. Um, it was just this look I was trying to go for. A photographer's work that I admire. Just I'm using film grain as well. I'm silver rich right now. Film grain. I'm playing around with it, so I'm fine grain now, and just see how I just keep adjusting, keep moving until I find something that I like. You can see the grain in there. It was pretty clear. There was no grain before because it was bright outside that day, so I didn't need to touch the the ISO at all. So when you bring up the ISO in dark conditions, times when there's low light, you, some night photography, you can bring up the ISO, but you'll experience grain. But there was no grain in the original photo. I just added grain to give it a film look, because in the early days of photography, that's the look the film had. The old photos had that grain to it. So there's something about it. Just gives it the look of film, old film, and then I'm giving it a vignette so that you can focus in on your subject more, and takes away some of the, so you're not, I added too much vignette, so I'm gonna go back a little bit, play around with it first, and until I see something I like. Your eyes will let you know. Your heart will let you know. Your mind will let you know. Just your eyes will tell you. Just keep adjusting. Um, but the more that I didn't know what I've seen those things before in pictures, but I ain't know what it was. But the more that I spend time in the world of photography, reading, you know, taking different courses, personal development is so important. Um, Learning a new skill or something. Um, Sometimes I'll take a class just in the area of photography that I just need help with it's um, a skill that I need to learn, an area of photography I need help with, or just the business of photography. So right now I'm in the layers, and with Capture One, you can add layers similar to Photoshop, how Photoshop has these layers. And I'm going to try. I'm attempting to do um, to do some dodging and burning. Um, so you can do some dodging and burning uh, in Captured One. They don't call it dodging and burning, but just you can adjust the exposure, bring it down in certain areas. See how I made the grass or the bush over there a little darker, and attempt to do it with the other side as well. I actually didn't like it, so I just took it off. It's okay to, if you tried something and you don't like it, it's okay to just, go back to to what you had previously. You can delete, or you can even just hide it. Sometimes I hide it because I might want to come back to it, but this time I just didn't like it. So right now I'm gonna export it. Export the image. So and it's done. So I'm exporting it for the for social media, for the internet. You know, it's not gonna be a large file. Usually I use large files for printing. And there we go. There you have it.